Hi, welcome to This Week in Ames. I'm Susan Guiazda. On today's show, we check in with the City Manager's Office. My guest today is Brian Phillips, who is the newly appointed Assistant City Manager for the City of Ames. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, your millions of fans may remember you from your role in the series Where's Brian?
Yes.
But also in your position as Management Analyst. Tell me a little bit about your journey to the City of Ames.
Sure. So I started working for the City of Ames in 2010 as an intern in the City Manager's Office while I was going to graduate school for public administration. And I got exposed to a variety of the different activities and services that the city helps provide, and got very interested in the field, and ultimately was able to become the management analyst in a permanent role in 2012. And in that role, I worked with almost all of the city departments on special projects, doing research, evaluating different programs, responding to city council questions. Often, if something didn't seem like it was a question that could be easily answered by one of the particular city departments, it would come to me. And so I had a lot of unique requests. And then working to facilitate different project teams was something that I did a lot as a management analyst. And so now I'll be working as the assistant city manager. Ames has 2 assistant city managers, and they help manage the day-to-day activities of the city operations, and then also take the city council's vision for the community and help turn that into action.
So even before you came to the City of Ames as the intern, you had a little bit of exposure working with the city officials through your role as the GSB, I guess it's not even called GSB president anymore.
Yeah, in 2007 and 2008, I was the student body president at Iowa State, and that got me to interact with state and local officials. That's what got me interested in working in city government as a career, because before that I hadn't had a lot of exposure to city affairs. But one of the roles that I played at the time was in serving on the Student Affairs Commission, in helping to identify issues that uniquely affected students and work towards resolving them in the city. So that was my exposure to city government, and I really enjoyed that experience, and that's what sparked my interest in continuing in this line of work.
Well, you bring a unique perspective with you as a student, but also as somebody who is not native to Ames or even to Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've lived in Iowa for 11 years. I've lived in Ames. I came here for college, but I grew up all around the U.S. I lived in South Dakota. I was born in New Hampshire. I went to high school in California, but Ames has really become a home for me. I really enjoy this community and all of the unique things that it has to offer, and my wife and I are very excited that we've been able to settle here, and we hope to stick around for a long time.
So your position as management analyst, you mentioned that you worked with a lot of different departments. So in some aspects, there'll be some similarities between the 2 positions.
Yeah, I think the assistant city manager role involves a lot more big picture type interactions, whereas in my role as management analyst, I'd be working on a lot of individual assignments. But with both, there's an importance of understanding what the services are that are provided in the community and evaluating how we can provide them better. Understanding what the city council would like to see in the community in the future and what its desires are, and really working to model or mold those components into whatever project it is we're working on.
So I've heard it said a lot that the City of Ames is a values-based organization. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the city government has adopted a philosophy called excellence through people, and that involves the notion that what we're trying to accomplish is provide exceptional service at the best possible price and provide an enjoyable and stimulating work environment for the employees of the city government. And to do that, we have a list of 13 values, and we just wrapped up having years, over the course of a little more than a year, conversations in each of the different work groups throughout the city about what each of those 13 values means in action. So how do the employees interact with the values on a daily basis? What does it mean to implement them, and how can we do it better? So I think AIMS, more than a lot of other organizations, really focuses on what the values are and how they can help us achieve excellent service for the community and make it a great place to work.
So I'm not going to ask you to name 13 values, but within that list, there must be one or two values that really speaks to you, and that's something that you try to bring to life each day?
Mm-hmm. One of the values is excellence, and I think about excellence a lot, about how I can provide better information, go through a process more effectively, how I can improve on a day-to-day basis. So I think about excellence a lot. I also think about creativity and innovation, because there are so many great ideas out there in all of the different communities in the United States and elsewhere that we can pull from and use and adapt to our particular situation to help provide better service for the community.
Well, thank you. Hey, I think the big question that everybody is waiting for is what is going to happen to Where's Brian, and does that series move with you, or does it stay with the management analyst position?
Well, we'll see. I think for now it'll stay with me, but we'll see what our team looks like here in a couple of months, and if the new management analyst has an interest in that, then perhaps that will move with the management analyst.
So Where's Brian could have a title change?
It could be, but we'll see. I think it's been a successful program. I love talking with people out in the community who have watched it. I get a lot of comments about it, and it's a really excellent way for people to understand how different components of the city services work. So it's been very effective. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm hoping that in some form it will continue.
Well, Brian, thank you. I know you're busy. Thank you for taking the time to stop by.
Thanks.
So again, if you want more information or want to watch one of those episodes of Where's Brian, remember the Channel 12 is also available on our website at cityofames.org. You can also get the latest and greatest information about the City of Ames through social media. Check us on Facebook or on Twitter. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for This Week in Ames.